Hey everybody, thanks for coming back here for another video on the channel. Now it's fall time here in Indiana, which means leaves. Leaves are dropping everywhere. The trees are starting to drop as we approach Halloween here. And every year it's the dreaded task of trying to get these leaves to the street so that the town can pick them up or dispose of them off the lawn. Now typically you can mow leaves in, as I've talked about in the past here on the channel, but when you have a huge layer of leaves like I have here right now, you want to really try to remove as much of those as you can to keep your grass healthy. Now, if you've ever pulled leaves with a tarp before, you know that pulling heavy wet leaves can really be a total pain during the fall time months. That's where this tool comes in, the A.N.T. A.N.T. apparatus for navigating tarps. Now I hooked up with them at EQUIP Expo. Really awesome product, and I'm excited to share it with you today. If you want to see what the A.N.T. is and see how it works, stay tuned. Now, as I said, I met this Aaron, the owner of this company, at EQUIP a couple weeks ago, and he basically explained to me how this product came to fruition. He had worked with his dad at a landscaping company for several years since he was a kid until he joined the Army, they cleaned up leaves, and he was tired of pulling tarps around. So one day he strapped some bootlaces to a tarp, put it around his chest, and said, man, this works a lot better than trying to pull the tarp. And recently, within the last couple of years, he basically patented this design in an effort to help other people to move leaves, like homeowners like myself and landscape contractors. So it's cool just to see how somebody with a great idea can develop a great product that can help others, and I'm super excited to try it out. Now let's open up the box and see what this product is. So when opening up the box, Aaron was nice enough to send one of these heavy-duty tarps for me to try out with the A.N.T. Now he doesn't make this tarp, but he said that this is one that he's found is very nice in moving stuff around. Nice heavy-duty. I can tell by the weight that it's a heavy-duty tarp. But this is where the real interest is in the product. This is the A.N.T., the apparatus for navigating tarps. Now I did see this thing at EQUIP, was very impressed with it. It comes with some instructions in the bag, but as you can see here close up, it's going to have two nice heavy-duty clips on the end to hook to the grommets on your tarp, and it's got this nice heavy-duty padded shoulder strap. So when you get your tarp loaded up, you can put this over your shoulder, hook onto the tarp, and drag. So I don't know if you've ever used a tarp before in the past, but typically you're going to be grabbing the tarp on each end after you fill it with leaves or whatever else you're putting on it, and you're going to be pulling it backwards as so. So this thing really saves your hands from getting sore after doing that for a while. Then it gives you more power in pulling because you're going to use your body weight up top from the top. So let's start rounding up some of these leaves, get them on a tarp, and let's see how this thing works. So typically, as I mentioned before, now that we got some wet leaves, we got them all rounded up. This is how you would typically pull the tarp, is going like this and trying to pull it backwards like so and pulling it. So how easy this is going to be is I'm going to have my wife do this, and we're going to have her pull it just to showcase how easy this is. So if you want to hook that in to that grommet, we'll hook this in to this grommet. You probably can't see this, but it basically hooks right in as so. Okay. All right, so we got everything hooked up. So what she's gonna do is step in there, here, put this thing around her shoulder. All right, let's give this thing a go. So as you can see, that shoulder strap goes right over her shoulder.
It's very easy, actually.
So it kind of makes your center of gravity more up top, so you're not pulling with your hands. Now these are wet leaves, huge tarp. There's more leaves on there than what it looks like with it being wet. So we're going to pull these to the top of the hill. But as you can see, we didn't lose anything. It curls up real nice around there. how'd the strap feel on your shoulder?
Good.
So my wife, I mean, there's probably, I don't know, with the wetness of the leaves, there's a lot of leaves on there for a huge tarp. I do like the bigger tarp, how it gives you room to have it fold over. You can move a lot of material at a time. And overall, this thing looks like it worked pretty good. I'm gonna pull it back to the street and just to try it out for myself, and I wanna get my own thoughts on it. So I'm gonna turn this thing around. We're gonna test it out on turning as well. So it's kind of a, you can also reach back and grab these straps like this to steer it. And then we'll just put weight into it. Hands-free. It feels really great on my shoulders. For the amount of leaves that are on there, really nice. Now trying to pull this with the hands I think would be a lot more difficult, just in my experience of doing so in the past. This thing makes it so easy, so you can really load this up. Also good ideas for this if you do any landscaping, pulling out plants and stuff. This isn't just for leaves. You can do a lot with a tarp and a strap like this. I know when I worked landscaping, we would do a lot of planting, fall cleanups, etc. Pulling out plants, trimming plants, throw them all on a huge tarp like this. Instead of making 100 different trips to the truck, you're making one trip, cutting down your time, evening out that weight. This thing's super heavy duty, super nice, and I'm really impressed with it.
Now to get a more thorough review, we also tested this out at my in-laws house with a different tarp and even more leaves. Now this thing was just as easy using it at their house with more leaves on a different tarp than what was provided. I would say it was so easy that even my 6-year-old son had success pulling the A.N.T with the leaves. This thing makes it super easy to pull even heavy wet leaves and get them out of your lawn.
So if you got leaves to pick up this fall, or even throughout the season, you're pulling stuff on tarps, I would highly recommend this product. We've used it here for a while now in cleaning up leaves, cleaning up the neighbor's leaves. Thing has worked great throughout the day that we've used it. Very sturdy, heavy duty, great materials. They're also a local Indiana company down in Lafayette, as I mentioned earlier. Hit them up, go to their website, I'll link it below. It's also for sale on Amazon. If you use Amazon, go check it out there. Both will be linked in the description below. And if you just want to go to their website and check them out, they're a fairly new company, so they're looking to grow. And I'm really impressed with what I've seen so far. Now, I really appreciate you watching and learning more about the A.N.T Apparatus for Navigating Tarps tool. And I'd appreciate it if you hit that thumbs up button. Drop a comment below if you've ever heard of the A.N.T or used it or look forward to using it in the future. Hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on future content. And I will see you next time out in the lawn.